Good afternoon, class. Today we're going to be reviewing the Lewis and Clark expedition with me, Samantha Gilbert, Miss Gilbert, of course, and
Miss Matlack.
alrighty, let's get started.
All right, students, listed above is our standard. Our goal is to describe the Lewis and Clark expedition and the impact it had on America's expansion west. Our overall objective is that you will be able to demonstrate your understanding of Sacagawea and how she aided and contributed to the Lewis and Clark expedition.
Alrighty, and the next question is, what happened? I'm here to tell you. In 1804, President Thomas Jefferson asked Meriwether Lewis to explore the western lands purchased by the Louisiana Purchase. Meriwether Lewis did not want to explore the lands alone, so he asked William Clark to be his co-leader for this expedition. However, this exploration lasted more than 2 years. They traveled 8,000 miles. That's a lot, class. During this exploration, they encountered harsh weather and terrain, injuries, starvation, disease, and Native Americans that either helped them or wanted them totally off their land. However, one Native woman helped the two explorers tremendously, and without her help and knowledge, they may have not survived at all. Right here we have our United States, and between 1804 and 1806, this was when Lewis and Clark took their expedition.
All right, class, think about it. Imagine if you were asked to travel 8,000 miles without a map, GPS, technology, car, plane, and there were no Wawas or stores to stop along the way. How do you think Lewis and Clark survived this difficult journey? Well, students, they needed a lot of supplies. They brought compasses, quadrants, telescopes, sextants, chronometers, oilcloth, steel flints, tools, utensils, corn mills, mosquito netting, fishing equipment, soap, salt, clothing. They obviously needed weapons and ammunition to protect them, medicines and medical supplies, books on botany, geography, and astronomy, and maps. They also brought beads, face paint, knives, tobacco, ivory combs, bright colored cloth, ribbons, sewing notions, and mirrors.
Alrighty, and another fact to this is Lewis and Clark recorded 45 healthy unmarried men to help them along this exploration and set up camps along the way. While staying at Fort Mandan, they hired French-Canadian trapper and interpreter, Toussaint Charbonneau, along with his pregnant Shoshone Indian wife, Sacagawea, to join them on this expedition. Here we have Sacagawea, Lewis, and Clark, with her being much help.
All right, students, at age 12, Sacagawea was taken from her native Shoshone tribe by the Hidatsa tribe and then sold to her then husband. Sacagawea was an asset to Lewis and Clark due to her knowledge of the Shoshone trails, the terrain and geography, her gathering skills, her translation skills, and calming presence. Sacagawea proved to be an important addition to the expedition due to the fact that she spoke Shoshone, Hidatsa, English, and became a mediator between Native Americans and Lewis and Clark. Since she was able to communicate with the Shoshone tribe, Lewis and Clark were able to purchase horses from them, which they desperately needed to transport supplies throughout the mountains and the harsh terrain. She also was a gatherer, and she collected plants, roots, and berries that could be used for eating or for medical purposes.
Alrighty, class. Think, pair, and share. What was the impact of the expedition on the western expansion of the United States? Think about it and talk with a partner next to you. All right, and our main activity for the day, class. Form groups of 3 with your fellow classmates. Choose which explorer you would like to represent. Lewis, Clark, or Sacagawea. There are 5 stations around the room that I will have tools with, and a note card of a question you must respond to, or you can demonstrate your knowledge by reenacting a scene that might have taken place during the expedition. Once all groups have rotated through every station, we will all talk about this together as a class and talk about what we learned today. Here is our sources that we got it from, and thank you so much for listening to Miss Gilbert and
Miss Matlack. Have a good day, students.
Thank you very much, and don't forget all the stuff you learned today. It's very important to our country today. And, go home and ask your parents about it. See if they know about Sacagawea and Lewis and Clark and how they made our country to what it is today. What do you think, Miss Matlack?
I think they had a very successful journey, and their expedition impacted America and how Western expansion came about.
Thank you very much, everyone.